Hello again. Today we're going to talk about ladders and ladder safety. I have a few ladders set up here, and I'm going to show you how to put them up correctly. These are right here, step ladders. Over here I have a 6-foot step ladder and an 8-foot step ladder here. One of them is made out of fiberglass. One of them is made out of aluminum. Over here we have a smaller step ladder. So here's a variety of step ladders right here. So a couple things about the step ladder. When you put them out to begin with, you need to have these hinges locked down. Number one. Also, there's only one side for climbing on the step ladder. With these rungs, with these steps, okay, this is for actual climbing on. This side over here is not meant for climbing. This is meant for stabilizing the ladder. Do not climb on these, do not put your feet on these. Alright, they're not made for that. Every ladder comes with a weight limit that's attached to a tag on it. Okay, so this one says 250-pound limit here. The 6-foot ladder, this 8-foot ladder over here has a 368-pound limit, or 250-pound limit, excuse me, 250-pound limit. Another important thing about these ladders is you're not supposed, even though there's a step right here, before you get, most people know you're not supposed to get on this part right here, but actually you're not even supposed to stand on this part of the ladder right here. In fact, it says it. On both of these ladders, it says danger. Do not stand on or above this step. Alright? And I'll show you why in a minute. And it says the same thing up here on this 8-foot ladder. The reason why is right here. Notice I could actually lean against this a little bit. I could get off balance a little bit and I'm okay. It stabilizes me. But if I go one up, that stability rapidly decreases over here. That's why you don't do it. Also on most step ladders, there are places where you could put your tools and screws. Like there's a place for a hammer, a place for a screwdriver. You can put nails and screws up here too. That one has it too. One of the things, since we're doing this right now, if I'm working with electricity, trying to deal with a light or something, or some type of electricity, if it's wet around and I'm dealing with electricity especially, I probably should not be working on a metal ladder. Conduct electricity. The ideal situation would be to be working on a fiberglass ladder. So that takes care of extension ladders. Now, step ladders. Now let's move over to the extension ladder. So I have an extension ladder that's mounted up against this house. Let me take it down. It's down. Now a couple of things about the extension ladder. They have pads on the bottom. Those, make sure when you put the extension ladder to begin with, the pads are mounted flat on the ground. Then it has these locks right here. So as you move it up, you can lock it out. Now, try that. Notice how those locks wrap around another rung and they're not going to just fall out. So make sure those are in place before you climb up. Okay, so we have the ladder up. Now, there are rules involved how to set up an extension ladder. The rule, you have to remember this ratio, this 4-to-1. That means for every 4 feet you go up with the extension ladder, you have those feet have to be 1 foot further away from the side of the wall. So if I go up 4 feet, which is here, those pads should have been 1 foot off the wall. If I go up 8 feet, they need to be at least 2 feet off the wall. So let's see what I got here. So I'm probably 8.5 feet off the ground right there. So I should be a little over 2 feet off the side of this wall. So by the time I get down here, I actually am a little over 2 feet off the side of the wall. Right there, 24 inches. So that's kind of perfect. You could be a little more if you want to, but you don't want to be less. And I'll tell you why you don't want to be less. Watch the movie Animal House sometime, and you'll see John Belushi fall backwards off the ladder, because this is what happens when you get too close. Right? Get too close, and it's easy for balance to go back like that. You could end up falling backwards off it if you're too close. Right? Next thing about extension ladders. A lot of times when you're going on an extension ladder, you're going to get off it because you're going to climb on a roof or something like that. Here's another rule with extension ladders. The top of the extension ladder needs to be at least 3 feet above the surface, above the edge you're going to get off on. Okay, so if that's a roof right there, if I wanted to climb on that roof, that extension ladder needs to extend at least 3 feet off above it, because it's going to help me climb on and off. I'm not going to get off and climb on the roof now because it's not closed up, but I'll show you. You want to be able to climb above it so it's easier to step off of it and easier to get back on the ladder. Okay? So don't do that. A lot of times people they'll stop it just above the roof, and that becomes dangerous getting on and off the ladder. So quick review. Extension ladders, you know the ratio, how far you're supposed to be off the side of the wall, and how high it's supposed to extend above the roof. Step ladders, make sure to lock out the rungs. Never go above the second to the last step on the ladder. And that's it.